shucks now. As the old country people would say, oh, shucks. I had heard Stella got her groove back. I had heard. Oh, man, y'all might make me want to move back to the, Raleigh-Durham area. Y'all doing big things now. So let me read it to you if you don't know. This is an article. I think it's in Raleigh's paper or whatever have you. So this is the article. North Carolina finally lands Apple campus, bringing 1 billion and 3,000 jobs to the state. More than 3 years of courting an initial snub, North Carolina is finally landing an Apple campus. Apple plans to invest $1 billion in North Carolina over 10 years, including $552 million to establish a campus in Research Triangle Park, where it will create at least 3,000 jobs. According to the State Department of Commerce, the company says it will spend another $448 million, expanding its data center in Catawba County, but not create new jobs there. The RTP jobs will pay an average of, drum roll please, $187,000 a year, according to the Commerce Department. The company's decision was announced Monday morning at the monthly meeting of the Economic Investment Committee, which makes decisions about job development grants. The committee approved jobs grant of $848 million over 39 years to Apple. North Carolina's competition for the project was primarily Ohio, said Mark Poole at the Commerce Department, but there were a number of other states considered. The Jobs Development Investment Grant award to Apple is the largest in the state's history, more than twice the $387 million awarded to healthcare. That's crazy. Healthcare company Centene Corporation last summer to create an East Coast headquarters and technology hub in Charlotte. I'm just going to read a little bit more and then I'm done. In addition, $112.4 million from state income taxes paid by Apple's new employees will flow to a utility fund for broadband, roads, bridges, and other infrastructure projects in rural communities. This is big. This is big. You all know how much I have a disliking to that area. You understand? I lived in Raleigh, I've lived in Durham, and I can honestly tell you, like, when I lived there wasn't nothing to do. I mean, you always had Research Triangle Park, and you had, companies like IBM and Microsoft, etc., right? But while I was there, when I was living there, it wasn't nothing to do. It was just very bland. And then, of course, you got caught an influx of companies, businesses migrating down here because, tax breaks and shit like that. Excuse me if you don't curse. And then you have more people migrating here, because of course, wherever there's jobs, people are going to migrate to them, right? Migrate to that particular city. But it wasn't growing. It just was going nowhere. This was like in the 90s. It's just that area was just so dead. You understand? So, I left. And the last time I lived in Raleigh was 2005. I stayed there for about 2-3 years, and then I moved to Charlotte. But this right here is very big. And I must say, my hat goes off to that area because 3,000 jobs and the money that's going to be poured into that area, and then they're talking about the infrastructure, building new streets or paving streets, and finally y'all might get that light rail that you've been dying to have for the last 20 years that nobody's, everybody's confused about who's going to fund it. Whether it's going to be the city of Raleigh or Durham, or whether it's going to be federally funded. Finally, all of the proposals that you had put out throughout the course of the years, because I have definitely been keeping up with that area. I got family there. You understand? And I talk to them. You know what I'm saying? I do my research and then I talk to them, about the growth. So finally, everything that you all wanted, maybe you might get a water park, maybe you might get a Great Adventures, maybe you might get something. It might be a major basketball team, a major football team. At the end of the day, there's hope. So for all of you that have had this Jesse Jackson keep hope alive, hey, you got your wish. What you've been hoping for, you got it. That is very big, because Apple is not going anywhere. That is very big. I don't know exactly what they're gonna do to that area, but I'm very much interested in finding out. And I'm not that interested in finding out by moving back to that area. No. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there are gonna be some big things there being done, but at the same time, still gonna be somewhat of a catch-up game when it comes to the Raleigh-Durham area in comparison to Charlotte. It's just that plain and simple. But I truly believe that later on down the line, there's gonna be, how can I put it? It's gonna be optional. Like, it's gonna be should I move to Raleigh, or should I, in the RTP, Raleigh-Durham area? Or should I move to Charlotte, Mecklenburg County? And that's a beautiful thing when people have options like that. But I can tell you, I didn't have options like that when I was living in these places. I didn't. Charlotte, at one point in time, was just the best place to live in North Carolina. I still believe it still is, while others beg to differ. But I can tell you, the Greensboro that you know in 2021, the Raleigh that you know in 2021, the Durham that you know in 2021, let me tell you something, it was far more different than what it was in 1996, 98. Far more, I even go as far as to say 2005. Far more different. And I'm not gonna lie, I mean, yo, listen, I have family there, and $187,000 a year, 6 figures. Yo, that's something else. And then also on top of that, yo, listen, I'm telling you, this is my word. Like I said before, I try not to be biased. You understand? So even though I don't like the area, I'm just gonna be real with you. Yo, if you're making that amount of money and taking heed to live in at least Durham, they're saying now that Raleigh, it costs more to live in Raleigh than Charlotte. I've seen the prices, and it does cost a little bit more. It does. I'm not even lying. And I had to correct myself, because I did a video and I said the other way around. Charlotte costs more to live than in Durham. But that was in 2009 when I moved up here, and I saw, like, damn, the groceries, the price difference. And then a 1-bedroom was different. You know, I was in Raleigh for a 1-bedroom, and I was living on a decent side of town. It was like, how much was I paying? Like $7 and change. I came up here, 1-bedroom, I was paying like $850, $900. So at that point in time it was, but now it's the other way around. It costs more to live in Raleigh than to live in Charlotte. It's that plain and simple. You know, but at the same time, you're still getting, you know, a lot more bang for your buck. Like, you making around that amount, you know what I'm saying, close to, of course, you know, you're gonna have like 170, I don't know if it's, the average is gonna be $187,000. You know what I'm saying? But of course, they're gonna be like, you know, regular people, you know, janitors and stuff like that, people that clean the area, whatever have you, that's gonna be making a substantial amount of money. They ain't gonna be making $187,000, but I'm pretty sure that they're gonna be making a pretty decent penny just for working for Apple. And just the incentives, you know what I'm saying, to work for Apple. So that's a good look. I'm not gonna even lie. Yo, listen, let me tell you something. If I didn't have things going for myself, you know, like I'm talking about like my plans, and yeah, if I didn't have anything planned and I wasn't thinking, you know, moving away from this area, I would definitely relocate. Definitely. I mean, you can't beat that. Now that's saying that I didn't like Charlotte and I didn't have nothing going on for myself. I would definitely relocate and try to see what they talking about as far as dealing with Apple. Yo, I really do think it's a good look, man. And I mean, my hats goes off to you. I don't know what to call it. Raleigh people, Durhamites. I think it's Durhamites, and then the other one is, I don't know what y'all call Raleigh people, but I know it's Durhamites. Shout outs go to the Durhamites, and I don't know, Chapel Hill be the Tar Heels. I don't know. I haven't lived there in years, and anyway, yeah, man, I'm proud of you all. Like I said before, maybe you'll get that light rail that you all been begging for, that you should have been had. You all should have, these cities should have been had connected a long time ago instead of having buses connect to it. You should have had a light rail that extends from Chapel Hill and goes through Durham all the way up into Raleigh, and like the last stop would be like Cary or something like that. I mean, it makes sense, because I know when I used to live there and I lived in Durham, I would go and party in Raleigh. Or when I lived in Raleigh, I had to go see my family in Durham, I would go to Durham. And just to connect all three of them, like have a light rail that connects everybody together, with some people actually live in Durham and work in Raleigh, or vice versa, or live in Raleigh and work in Durham. Like, for those that are not familiar with the area, Raleigh is like connected to Durham. Like, it could pretty much be one big city, like one, not Raleigh or Durham, because they're connected. They're not far from each other. Like, for me to get from one end to Charlotte, it'd be the same distance for me to get from Raleigh to Durham. That plain and simple. It would take me, if I'm going to, say for example, I'm living in Durham, like where I used to live in Durham, right? I stayed right behind Crabtree Mall, in this apartments called Old Raleigh. And it wasn't too far from the State Fair, right, in North Carolina State. So for me to get from there to my mom's house, probably take about 15-20 minutes. That's it. Now, if the traffic is bad, probably about 25, something like that. But that's just how close Raleigh and Durham is together. And it just makes sense. You understand? But I'm hoping that you all get the things that you want and need. And then within saying that, you'll attract more people to your city. And then the city will continue to grow and grow and grow. I really do believe that you all need either or. Like, you need either a major football team or a major basketball team. You already got the professional hockey team called Carolina Hurricanes, and then y'all got in Durham, the Durham Bulls minor league baseball team. Y'all need something like some major football team or basketball team. What else? Y'all need a theme park. Y'all need something that's going to definitely attract more people to your city. Other than that, like me as a person, living in Raleigh and living in Durham, that's what really made me just get the hell out of there, because it was really not that much to do. So yeah, true indeed, I'm not gonna lie, you're definitely gonna be able to live in a nice neighborhood. You're definitely gonna be making a decent amount of money. You're definitely going to, if you have children, the public school system specifically in Raleigh is excellent, as well as Cary. But at the same time, you're making good money, live in a nice place. Your kids are going to school, they're getting a proper education. Let me say this: if you're not into sports, if you're into sports, you're fine, because you got Duke, NC State, and UNC. And the South, specifically in that area, it's a sports city. But if you're not into sports like that, like college sports, because that's all they have. They don't have no professional teams. They don't have a professional, well, they do. They have one. It's a hockey team. Other than that, they don't have a professional baseball team. They don't have a professional basketball or football team. So if you're not into college sports, yo, it's a no-go for you. Seriously, you're going to get tired of going to the same restaurants. You're going to get tired of going downtown Raleigh, and then it's a strip, I forgot the name of that joint, And it's this dude, he gets on my damn nerves, always commenting in my, yo, I'm gonna block you, man. You keep on flooding up my comment section with your Raleigh mess, I'm gonna block you. You're not even worth me mentioning your name. But it's this area that they're building on Midtown in Raleigh. They haven't even finished it yet. But when they get through with it, I think that's gonna be a nice place to hang out at. But for the most part, like in that area, there's like, okay, I'll give you an example. So if you come to Charlotte, right? We have Whitewater Park, we have Carowinds, we have Discovery Place that's in Uptown, we have Lake Wiley, that's in South Carolina. I'm 10 minutes away. You have Lake Norman, that's like, yo, seriously, if you ever go to Lake Norman, you ever been, it gives you that feeling like you're in Florida. Seriously, it gives you that. The water's not clear, it's no palm trees or nothing like that, but it gives you that feeling. If you ever been to Lake Norman, you would know. It gives you that feeling. But it's tons of things to do here. If I go to Greensboro, there's a water park. If I go to Asheville is known for Asheville Zoo. If I go to Asheboro, I forgot the name of that. I think it's Asheboro. Or it's Asheville, the mountains. Either one, I don't know. But you got the mountains. What is Durham and Raleigh known for? Like, for things to do. And that was always the deal breaker for me. What am I going to do now that I've established myself, I have stability, my children are going to school, they're doing good? What can I do for fun, for entertainment? And that's always been the question mark with me. Like, seriously, I'm not even lying. I have absolutely no reason to go to Raleigh-Durham. Straight up. And I forgot. We have the Carolina Panthers. We have the Charlotte Bobcats. Charlotte Hornets. The list goes on of things to do in Charlotte. What can I say when it comes to the Raleigh and Durham area? And for those, respectfully, comment, leave it in the comment section of what is something to do in Raleigh and Durham? What is Raleigh and Durham known for? Like, you know, like when you go to New York, you got Times Square. When you go to Atlanta, you got Magic City. You got strip clubs and all that stuff. You got Great Adventures. You know, the list goes on. You got the Georgia Aquarium. You know what I'm saying? You got the Coca-Cola Museum. It's things that you could point out and say, oh, I'm going to Atlanta for this. I'm going to Charlotte for this. I'm going to New York for this. I'm going to Los Angeles for this. I'm going to Chicago for this. I'm going to Dallas, Texas for this. What am I going to the Raleigh-Durham area for? Aside from having a good job, having a good place to live, and a good education for my children. Aside from that, most people go to Raleigh and Durham, seriously. And I'm gonna leave y'all with this. And this is the last thing. Most people migrate from Raleigh to Durham to go to school there. And then when they get their education, their college education, their degree, they leave. So this is a good plus for you all. Why? Because now, I don't know what you call the generation after the millennials, but this generation after millennials, Generation Z, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They'll go to college, places like Duke, UNC, NC State, North Carolina Central, Shaw University, St. Augustine's, right? There's more, but you understand where I'm coming from. They'll get their college degree and they'll stay in that city. They'll stay in Raleigh instead of moving, or moving away or moving back to their hometown. So I want to see in the next 10 years what's going to happen. But, hey, much respects to you. I mean, hey, y'all got it going on, but it ain't good enough for me to move back. Other than that, I want y'all to take it easy. I hope that this video has helped you all out. My name is Langston2092, and I want you to like, comment, subscribe, and definitely share this video.